let's just dive right into it and start adding some music, start adding some samples and instruments and write some music. Let's click on the channel rack where we write our patterns. We've already written a bass drum. And if you click on this sample, you can see the waveform of this sample, and this is a screen where you can edit your sound a little bit, so you can make it a little bit shorter. This is also where you can adjust the volume and adjust the panning of your sound. And notice how this button is exactly the same as this button. And notice how the panning button is the same as this panning button. So these are connected to each other. So you can edit your sound here a bit, not too much. If you want to head into it deeper, then you have to assign this sound to a mixer channel. But let's go back to our browser. I want to use a different bass sound here. Let's go into packs. FL Studio comes with a lot of sounds and instruments right out of the box. Let's go into drums and let's click on kicks. These are all samples that you can add into here to make this sound a little bit different. Let's say you kind of like this kick. You can just left click on it and drag it all the way up to here where it says kick. What you can also do is left click here and add it to this whole list. And as you're building your song, this list will get bigger and bigger because this is where all your instruments and audio samples are loaded. So we've clicked on a new kick. Sounds like this. Let's make it a little bit shorter maybe. And this is our first pattern. Let's go to the pattern selector and go into pattern number 2, where we've already clicked on some clap notes. Sounds like that. Maybe let's try something else. Let's go here to claps. Let's use this one. We left click and drag it to clap. And then we've seen the notes here. We can add more. We can delete them if we don't want. Now let's head into pattern 3. We've seen already some sounds are already set up for us, but let's add a different hi-hat. Let's drag it here and add some notes here. And it's looping over and over again. Now if we want to quickly change how this note sounds in relation to this note, you can just click play. Make sure this is highlighted with the green ring on it. And let's click on the graph editor here. Right here you can edit a little, some parameters you can edit here. So let's say we want to lower the volume of that first one and the third one as well. Now you don't see it, but we've changed the volume here. Let's head into pattern 4. And I kind of want to use a piano now. So let's dive into instruments, keyboard, and add a grand piano. Let's drag it here. And then another screen pops up and we can see here the grand piano is loaded. As this is loaded, we know we can draw some notes here. Click on it like we did with the kick. But for a piano, it's not ideal because it sounds like this. Can be useful, but if we head into the piano roll, this is where we can actually write melodies. So we can click and drag the notes to make them longer or shorter, and place them different, so make it a higher note. If we play it now, you can hear this sequence starts playing like a music box. And if we head into the channel rack, you can actually see a preview of what we've created here. You can left click and draw a note, right click and delete them. And you have different tools here like a pencil or a paintbrush where you can just slide through your project and add them in. We press Ctrl and click our mouse, we can select everything and delete. And let's say we want to write a melody, we can just click on the notes. Or if you play the piano, I don't, you can record your notes into this piano roll. Just have to press record here. A screen pops up and it says you can do a lot of different options. But if we press notes and automation, then it's going to record how loud you press that button and what buttons you actually press. So if we start playing, stop recording, this is what I've just pushed in on my MIDI keyboard here. And you can see here where it says control velocity that some notes I press harder than the other ones. These are quite soft and these are very loud, and you can hear the differences. And you can manipulate them here by make it sound softer. And also what you can do is just select these and bring them all the way here. And obviously when you're playing, you're not a robot, so you're always a little bit off timing wise. If you click Alt Q, you can have some options to quantize your notes. So where it first was sounding like this, if I press Alt Q, accept. It's now a lot more computerized. Now, like I said, I'm not a keyboard player. Quickly draw in something. So now we've created some chords.